Here we are again with another Technoblade video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tdot and I post Minecraft reaction videos 2 to 3 times a week, and I also produce my own Minecraft content every single Sunday. I also live stream every weekend over at my Twitch channel, and if you want to find out when my next video is going to be posted, you can just check out on my Twitter page and you can follow me over there and the link will be up here. It's all the same it's Tdot.bb. So that's the same for the Twitch and also for the Twitter. And I just whacked my mic, I apologise. But now, with all that plugging out of the way, let's get on to the rest of the video. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be watching the second Potato War by Technoblade today. This is my second time ever watching Technoblade. The first video that I watched was the first Potato War, and you can check that out using a card up at the top right hand corner if you missed that out and you haven't seen that yet. I really enjoyed the first video. It had a lot of funny moments and it was also just very well edited. And I'm hoping that the second one is going to have just as much comedic value to it. And with everybody commenting on the last video saying that this one's just going to be as good and the third one's going to be even better, I have high hopes for him. So thank you everyone who's commented, thank you everybody who's watched and liked for the last video. I appreciate every single one of you. Finally, if you like the way I break down these videos and the extra time I put into editing, please do click that like button and also consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos that I do post. Without further ado, let's see what the Potato War 2 has to offer.
The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked, "Why? Didn't you already win the Potato War?" But no, the Potato Wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've got to go back to November, when I dethroned Squid Kid and became the #1 potato farmer in Skyblock.
Okay, so this is November when he posted the first video, it must have been, and then I don't know what time it is where he's recording this first segment. But let's just listen to what he has to say because I'm not going to know what happens unless I watch it.
I went to his island and laughed at him for half an hour. Then my co-op members showed up, and we all started laughing at him. It was not a good day for Squid Kid. He updated
it! So in the first one, if you haven't seen it, I recommend going and checking the original video. But he had it at the far end saying rank 1 potato. Now he's put it as rank 2 potato because obviously Technoblade dethroned him. And also apparently I'm a Squid Kid. I asked in the last video if he has done a reaction to, well, if he did a video reacting to what happened. And apparently he has done his own video. So if you want to see me react to it, just leave a comment down below. And after I've done these and after I've done the Technoblade versus Dream video, I may get to that one next, so who knows.
So I uploaded the Great Potato War, but in the days after that I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become #1. Now that I had done it, I didn't feel anything at all. I had no idea what to do with myself. I mean, the video did all right, but not nearly enough to justify the time I had spent. But at least I had my potato rank. But when I visited Squid Kid's island 3 days later, I found shocked me. He had 23 minion slots. Now, when I made the Great Potato War, some people criticized me for violating Sun Tzu's most basic tenet. Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron. Squid Kid would need almost 100 million coins to catch up. And I knew for a fact he was broke.
Okay, so I keep on saying this. I don't know how much in terms of like money, like what the value is. Because I know it is an RPG, like I did say in the last video. I thought it feels like an RPG. The whole Skyblock on Hypixel. So I have no idea how much like value of stuff is, how hard it is to get 1 million or how hard it is to get 100 million. I would assume it's quite hard to get 100 million because that's a lot of money regardless of what value it is.
I decided to do some investigative journalism. I'd seen a new sign on Squid's Island advertising his new guild. So I did what any normal person would do and bought another alt account, and then I infiltrated the guild. But what?
How many alt accounts does he have? He had the 2 random ones, which I think, what was it called? Whitelisted. And then whitelisted 1 and whitelisted 2. And now he's bought another alt account just to go snooping about. He's going so far with this.
Found confirmed my worst fears. People were helping Squid Kid. I'd cyberbullied Squid too hard. People had seen the video, felt bad, and gone to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. Now I can't complain about other people getting free stuff, but watching tens of millions get given to my arch nemesis by my own viewers, it was a blow in a weak year.
I really do enjoy just the way he makes his videos and the way he announces himself, the way how he changes his voice and makes it high pitched if he needs it and more aggressive, and then obviously zooms in extra to his face when he's like exaggerating a point. It's very well made. It's very well planned out on his behalf.
I couldn't let Squid learn of my plan, so I boarded up the potato dome. I hired goons and swore them to secrecy. I knew Squid would be monitoring my actions, so I started an SMP series to throw him off the trail. And like that, I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that, I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before. Unlock the 24th minion slot. It was...
Okay, so like I've said before this, I've never watched anything to do with the Skyblock video, what I mentioned in the last video. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, check out. But yeah, I have no idea how many minion slots you can get. Is it capped out at a certain amount, or is it just infinite and it just costs an extreme amount to then get another one? So I don't know. And I have a feeling like he's going to get a load of people to just manually farm stuff, but I don't know whether or not other people can farm on your island. There's a lot of questions I don't know about, and maybe this is why it's a bit out of my comfort zone in comparison to other stuff, which is more just about the vanilla Minecraft. But I'm still enjoying it regardless, so I'll just carry on and stop talking.
Wasn't going to be easy. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins by selling potatoes before prices had fallen. I paid my goons to start gathering the resources we needed, whether that was by purchasing directly from NPCs or scouring the auction house 24/7. In the meantime, I headed to the Spider's Den, where I fought Tier 4 tarantula bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the tarantula.
So it's like it is a full-on RPG. It is literally, I compared it to RuneScape in the last video, and it is full-on like RuneScape, where you've got bosses. They had a Slayer update on this one. These are literally leveled, so I would assume you can only kill them if you've got a certain Slayer level, exactly like RuneScape. So it does seem like a very cool thing to be playing on. If you have watched the last video, somehow I'm banned on Hypixel, and I've pretty much never played it properly. I got banned 2 years ago, and I haven't played on it since. And I'm waiting 30 days to get unbanned from it. So I might have a go and play this once it's been lifted. But yeah, it looks quite interesting. Definitely something I'd enjoy playing myself, and I don't think I'd go for potatoes. Maybe I might go for something else if I was going for rank 1, but yeah, it does look quite fun.
Alright, it took 3 days and over 80 million coins, but we finally got all the materials we need to craft. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's so organized. These are enough to make 50 unique crafts, and then we'll have 24 minion slots. So we're just gonna speed up the craft in here.
Okay, I literally have no idea what he's crafting up. It seems like a lot of stuff just for one extra minion, and like he's put here, it takes 45 minutes to. Well, it took 45 minutes to edit. I don't know whether or not it means it took 45 minutes to craft everything, which I would assume so. It's a lot of commitment what he's putting towards just upgrading his minion, which I would assume it's going to up his rates quite drastically, maybe, but it's only going to be a short amount. So I don't know whether or not it'd be worth it, but we'll see.
We did it, boys! The 24th minion was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes per day.
That is a very, very, very large amount of potatoes. I don't know whether or not that's with his catalyst, because I'm pretty sure I briefly remember that's what he used, where it boosts it up by, is it 50%? It boosts it for 4 hours per day? Something along them lines. They had a lot of them, so I feel like that's with the catalyst. That's not just by itself.
There was still one upgrade I needed to get. An upgrade even dumber than all the past upgrades combined. Unfortunately, the website I used to stock Squid Kid's auction bids revealed that he was already working on it. I had no other choice.
On him
I once
so
said
much.
that the most useless item in the game is a minion expander, but that was before I learned about the flycatcher. The flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%, 5% more than the minion expanders I was currently using. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a flycatcher. First, you need a fly swatter, which drops from less than 1% of high-level tarantula bosses, and then you need over 10 million coins worth of tarantula silk. To give you guys a quick visual of how many materials we're gonna need some of this, a little bit of this too, some of this, some of that, some of these, and a little bit of that.
Okay, so I can see that they're enchanted, like enchanted flint and enchanted string, but at the same time, I don't know how you get it. I don't know whether or not you have to kill a certain level mob to get this stuff. I would assume you probably do, because if this was just vanilla Minecraft, it's not that hard to get string and that much flint. Obviously, with the amount of farms you could make and then just automate it. But I feel like this is like, you have to buy it, which is doing in either the auction house or just buying it however else you buy it, or trading with people, or manually going to kill the mobs to get it. But like I said, I'm quite new at this, so I don't know how expensive that stuff is.
We can make one flycatcher. I need 24 of these. It was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student, and it was late November. Exam season. Squid Kid would be at his...
He's literally going... Oh my god. He's literally going out of his way to just keep up to date with Squid Kid, even going as far as following him on Twitter, which is just... For someone who's a YouTuber or whatever, following someone who's... I wouldn't say lesser than you, but at the point where someone who's just like your fan. I mean, I don't even know if this Squid Kid was originally a fan of Technoblade beforehand. I would assume he probably did know of him, and that's the reason why he was playing the Skyblock. But at the same time, it's like not that many big YouTubers kind of follow just the day-to-day people. But at the same time, a YouTuber versus a normal person, we're all normal, we're all humans. There's nothing better than one or the other. It's just one of them spends the time creating content and the other one just enjoys playing the games, which there's nothing wrong with either of them.
Remember when I flexed on all of you with my chest full of catalysts? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was holding back, but the important thing about this skeleton horse pet is that there's actually a bug that most people don't know about. The skeleton horse can trample crops on other people's islands.
Oh no. What? He's such like, he's full on sabotaging that Squid Kid completely. Unless, I bet there would be someone else who must be coming up outside of Squid Kid who's like off his radar, who's trying to push for like #1. But trampling his crops now so that they don't replant it because it's not herd land.
Just kidding. I'd never do something like that. Because I'm a good person. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but getting the fly swatters was actually quite easy. Sure, it's an incredibly rare boss drop, but the thing is it's only useful for making flycatchers, an item which literally only 2 people on the server were going for, which is how my alt account ended up in a bidding war with Squid Kid.
I'm a Squid Kid has invited you to join their party. Oh no. Squid Kid outbidded him.
Why? Why did he sent me a party invite? Now he's in the guild chat, pomme de terre.
Why did you
and I've been
me?
Kicked. The people breaking into the dome have now started a potato cult. I don't know how to feel about this. It ended up taking 5 weeks of constant grinding, but on Christmas Eve, we finally had 24 flycatchers. We'd finally done it. We'd created the strongest possible potato farm, producing 1,129,000.
So all of that effort to just produce an extra 100,000 per day. But at the same time, I think he was saying that it didn't have that much catalyst, or was he saying that he had more catalysts? Because it looked like he didn't have that many more catalysts compared to what he had in the first video. So is this just the baseline, or is this the boosted? I still feel like this is the boosted.
Now the only way for him to catch up would be to farm potatoes by hand, and he had already started. I spent 10 hours constructing a gigantic potato farm covering over 21,000 blocks. If you're wondering why I borrowed one of the strongest weapons in the game, it's because the Reaper Scythe has an ability that's crucial for farming potatoes. Now that I had it, I could finally... My farm is finally complete, and it only takes 85 minutes to replant. I made an AFK machine on my island, so planted potatoes would keep growing even when I wasn't online. For a few days in January, there was a bug.
85 minutes to replant. What? This is just getting more and more ridiculous. Like, him making something which is AFK, he doesn't have to manually do it, but now he's having to manually do this just to keep up, even though he's still in first place.
I knew it was bad when one time, after finishing planting potatoes, I took a nap, and when I woke up I had no idea how long I'd been asleep, but when I checked my farm, I instantly knew, these potatoes have been growing for 3.5 hours. Shut up, I don't have a problem. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million.
Oh my god. So he's literally farming up 5 times the amount. 5 million potatoes. The question is here, when you produce these potatoes, does it still just produce like the same amount it would do in vanilla? So I think you can get anywhere between like, is it what? Between like 2 and 3, or maybe it's like 2 and 5 potatoes per harvest? Or is it like over exaggerated in this and you get even more potatoes? And then at the same time, could he use like a tool which harvests it, which gives him even more as well? You have to let me know in the comments, because I have no idea whether or not there's stuff like that in the game, because he ain't really showing too much of him just harvesting the tools, not the tools, the potatoes.
Every day I monitored Squid's live streams on Twitch to the point where I amassed 9,000 channel points.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize 9,000 channel points. So if you don't know, on Twitch, if you watch Twitch streamers, not everybody has it, but sometimes you can set it up so you can get points and have like a scoring system where if you've literally been watching every 5 minutes, you get a certain amount of points. So assuming you get, let's say, 10 points every 5 minutes, he's pretty much been watching him for a few hours, just watching his live streams. And obviously Squid Kid's probably got quite a bigger following now just from him posting the first video. So I bet Squid Kid's quite happy, even though he got dethroned at the same time. But yeah, so that is one thing on Twitch. Not everybody gets it. I think you have to at least be a partner with Twitch in order to get it on the actual, just the Twitch itself, like the inbuilt one. But you can also get add-on ones, so you can use it with like, I think it's Streamlabs and Stream Elements. I believe they've got their own versions of this, and I use it myself on my own Twitch channel. But that is still an absolutely ridiculous amount. So he's literally stalking him on Twitter, on Twitch. How far is he going to go?
Points. I made sure to farm potatoes whenever he was live to demoralize him.
Is he really planting potatoes too? We're gonna go check. This dude has a mental illness.
This dude has a mental illness. I'm horrible with accents, but that's quite funny.
Begin to hear the hope draining from his voice.
I just can't believe how much he's farming. We need Minecraft Mondays to come back.
At this point, I was pretty confident in winning the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. I can see my own potato count and what rank I am, but Squid has disabled the API setting that allows other people to see exactly how many potatoes he's at. Little does he know I have spent the last 4 months meticulously updating a spreadsheet of our potato counts, which I did by crawling through his farm and timing each of his minions with the stopwatch every day to calculate his exact potato output.
There's no way he's actually done that. There's literally no way he's going as far as making his own document every month, checking how many he's harvested, and then literally sneaking through and like counting it. I felt that's just over exaggeration just for the video, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me at this rate, so.
Based on the math, I should be about 22 million potatoes ahead, which would take over 200 hours of farming by hand to catch up. At that point, I thought the potato war was truly over. But everything changed with the pet update. The first change is that flycatchers got buffed to plus 20%, instantly increasing my potato farm's yield to 1,231,000 potatoes
nearly
per day.
100,000.
Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet that would help me win the war. Unfortunately, none of the pets seemed geared towards potato farming. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet, which gave a small boost to your farming experience. A higher farming level gives you a small chance to get extra potatoes when you farm them by hand. Okay,
so yeah, there's literally a leveling system as well, which gets you more potatoes. So when he's saying he's harvesting 1 million potatoes within however long he's doing it, he must be getting quite a lot of potatoes per harvest. So I kind of called that one out, but you'd expect it with an RPG.
It could be epic at worst, but we want legendary, please. It turned out Rabbit Pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%. And Squid had no idea it existed! I had to level up my rabbit as fast as possible, and since pet experience is based on skill experience, I decided to grind alchemy. You see, alchemy is the rich man skill, alright? If you have the money to burn on expensive ingredients, you can level up insanely quickly.
This is literally the exact same as RuneScape, but it's in Minecraft. Like, I keep on referencing RuneScape quite a lot just because I've played a lot of RuneScape. I've played a lot of the old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3. I've never played it before. It's a very addictive game, and you never really quit it. You kind of just take breaks from it, and it's the exact same as Minecraft. Once you start playing Minecraft, you never really quit it. You might take a break for a few months, but you end up coming back to it eventually. But pretty much there's all the skills what you can have it, and then the skills what literally just pretty much you just need to pay for it, and you pretty much can buy your way up. I don't know whether or not they have like an Iron Man version in this. So what an Iron Man in RuneScape is where you literally cannot trade with anybody else, so you have to do everything yourself. So I don't know whether or not there's a version of that in here, but if there was, I'd be very interested in doing something like that. So you have to manually do everything. You have to manually go and like kill whatever you need to do the trades instead of going into like the trading hall and auctions. You'd have to manually go get it. So then it'd take it harder, but it's kind of worth it more. It literally make this like 100 times harder, but at the same time, it'd be a cool thing if they did have it, but you have to let me know if they do have it in the comments.
I spent so many hours brewing potions that I ended up ranked 4 globally in alchemy. You want to know what level my rabbit is today? 96. It's not even max. This experience requirement is ridiculous. Thanks to the rabbit pet, my minions now produce 1,586,000 potatoes.
Okay, so now it's jumped up 300,000 just from the pet what he's leveled up, which is quite a big jump to be honest. And starting off literally in the first potato war, I'm pretty sure he was only getting like around 200,000 per day. So it's a pretty big jump from the first video, I'll say that much.
Since the war began, I have farmed 158 million potatoes, which in hot potato books is over 6,000. I ain't losing this spot. One last thing I'd like to mention, while I was stalking Squid on my ult, the entire lobby was just piling on him in the chat. They were just hating on him.
Ooh. It's a bit rough.
You see, after the first Potato War video, Squid got 40,000 subscribers in the YouTube rank, and ever since then he's been getting hate because, oh my god, he just got YouTube rank because of Technoblade, it's all luck, he sucks.
Yeah, I was going to say I did feel like he would have quite a big influx from people, like I said earlier in the video, so I'll see what he has to say about it. He'll probably end up saying something along the line of not giving him hate or anything like that.
I just like to take a moment to defend Squid Kid and say it's not all luck. I mean, luck was obviously a big factor, nobody's denying that, but the thing is, most opportunities are created by luck. It takes skill to grasp those opportunities and turn it into success. The original Potato War video would have been so much less funny if Squid wasn't #1 and it was just some random boring guy. Now I talked to Squid afterwards, he's an adult. He doesn't care at all, but I care, alright? So if you see Squid in a lobby, say something nice to him, compliment his hair or something, because he's been dealing with cringe hate for too long, man. We gotta help him. That being said, if Squid Kid thinks he can take my potato rank, he'd better go farm for 1,000,000 years. It ain't happening, dude. You think I've been in...
Okay, I really like the way he is as like his morals, what he's got. So obviously he's quite humble in the way he speaks about it, and he doesn't want any hate, he doesn't want anything bad towards him, and he's quite aware of his surroundings. As like people on YouTube, especially on YouTube, you can have one video that just blows up out of nowhere. A lot of people just have that one video and it's literally just like winning the lottery. So the more you push yourself out and the more you keep on doing stuff, the more chance you have of winning this quote unquote lottery. So it's like he's not taking anything away from it. He's saying that he wouldn't have been as good with him in it, and he's pretty much just defending him completely. And at the same time, he's still having the banter, which is great. He's still joking about with him and still bringing the comedic value at the same time as being serious. And that's the good way to bring across this message in the video.
Saying in this video, wrong. There's actually so many techniques and strategies that I can't even put in this video because he hasn't discovered them yet. I'm keeping them in reserve. You have no idea. This man's been playing checkers while I've been farming potatoes. He's through.
So that is literally the video. I like how he ended it on kind of like a more serious, but at the same time quite a funny bit ending, because he's obviously saying he's got all these other methods, and then he's kind of leading it into the next video where he's going to show these other methods, I would assume so. So yeah, I enjoyed this video. It's not as good as the first one in my opinion, but I don't think it's necessarily just because it wasn't a good video. It definitely was a very good video, as well put together, but in the sense of like the first video that I've reacted to, it was kind of a bit of a shock factor. I didn't expect the funny bit, and there wasn't really too much anger in this one, like from Squid Kid. Like when Squid Kid in the first one was like saying all this stuff like why are you doing this, why are you doing this, that was like really funny. Whereas this one was kind of more just him keeping his lead, and there's nothing wrong with that. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed the RPG aspect of the Skyblock, and I enjoyed just his take on stuff. I enjoyed the way he visualizes stuff and the way he produces content. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you did like it, please do press that like button and also consider subscribing. Other than that, you can check out the other videos that I've reacted to. I would assume there's probably a few little screens up here. But yeah, I will see you in the next potato war in the next few days. So I'll see you later.